Um, Hello, I am Erica Craig. A lot of my family members know me as Deenya Craig. There's a long story behind that, which I'll share at a later time. But um, the name of the movie is Raging Gray, and um, it is a movie about two women who are experiencing domestic violence from their husbands, and they don't have a really good support system.
Tell me about the inspiration behind Raging Gray.
The inspiration behind Raging Gray. You know, my husband and I are pastors of a small church, and over the years, domestic violence has creeped into the church, of course, just like it has spilled over into the workplace and into family events and several other things. I was watching a late night television program, and part of the conversation that was going on was talking about people not really knowing their neighbors. The communities are not really sticking together here in Minneapolis and blending together or coming together and helping each other through difficult times the way that they did maybe even 30, 40 years ago. And as I was thinking about that, I thought about domestic violence, and I thought about how true that is. How women are beat in their own homes, and there's no, now people can see it. It's spilling out to the street, and people walk by it in Minneapolis as if it's not strange. And there's still something very wrong with it, and that was the inspiration behind it, that the awareness still needs to be out there. Domestic violence is still an issue, and children are being affected by it as well. So it's not the time to quit and give up.
What's it been like so far during product filming? Seeing everything come together, ups and downs. You just kind of take us through that and explain, the good and the bad, and
The good, the bad, and the ugly of making this movie. You know, I was surprised how emotionally and mentally draining it was from the start. It's one thing to get an ideal or a concept about something. It's another thing to take that ideal and concept and bring it to reality. And I think that, I was very naive about the process. Making a movie wasn't something that I had ever even thought about doing before. I definitely call it a gift from God, a spiritual inspiration. Even when I thought about the movie and I thought about what the gentleman was talking about on the television program that night that I was watching, I thought to myself, this is a really good movie. I'd love to go and see this movie. And after sitting there for a while trying to find it on the internet, because I actually searched Google for this movie, there was, it didn't exist. And I did. I heard the Lord say, the movie doesn't exist. You're going to make it. And I remember thinking, with what? How? This is not my area of expertise. And I told my husband about it. 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm telling my husband this movie in like a minute. And of course I was running off, a mile a minute. And he said, well, you have to write it down. And so I opened up a Word document and I just started typing, just, pages and pages of paragraphs. And the next day I woke up, I could hardly sleep. I woke up with this movie on my mind, and I thought, somehow I'm going to make this movie. And I had to learn what it meant to write. I had to learn what it meant to film, what it meant to have a crew, what it meant to have actors, what it meant to do this whole production when I have zero experience in this area at all. And so I went to the library and I read books and I searched the internet and I read books again and I bought stuff. And over that 2-month process, I just decided I'm only going to learn what I'm going to learn from the books. I mean, this is as far as it can go. I'm going to jump head and feet first into this. Production was interesting, putting together a cast and crew, putting the information out there on various venues for people to, find me, to know that I didn't have the money to pay these people. And I do want to say that to show our commitment to this project, everybody that is on this project was not paid. Everyone was completely volunteer. I feel like everyone that is involved, from cooking the food to doing the website to taking the pictures to acting to recording, everything that was done just because they firmly believe in spreading the word of domestic violence. And that was really important to me. There were many people offering free services, but I wanted someone who was emotionally invested like I was, that really took this project seriously, because it's a serious topic. And I didn't want this to just be another movie that some person got up and decided to make and make a whole bunch of money off of. This goes to show you the amount of investment people took off work. They took off from their personal lives and jobs and things with their families to do this, to bring this to you, to let you know that this was really, really important. It was important for all of us. And I think that to me touched my heart more than anything. Now I'm tearing up. Oh God. But yeah. That was really important to me. I was surprised at the number of people who were affected by this movie that were a part of the production. Probably 90% of these people were affected in some way or another from this. And every day I told my husband and I told the actors and the crew that I really thought that this was a blessing from God, because everyone put 150% into this project. A lot of emotions behind it. I don't know. Charged. I don't know, very charged.
What do you hope this does for anyone in a situation of domestic violence?
Oh. My hope and prayer is that this movie will be used for several reasons. One, just that it's a really good movie. Parents should, I think that it's something that older teenagers that are getting into relationships should see. They should see the warning signs that if you see anyone that acts like Max, anyone that acts like Darius, that controlling, cold nature, that's not love. And I think that part is deceiving, because women think that you show me that you want me when you don't want me out of your sight, and that's not a real man's nature. Everyone needs their space. No matter how much you love something, you need a break from it. And when you feel suffocated, there's something wrong. And my hope is that people that see this movie that are not in this would pick up on the things that if they are with anyone who is like this, that they would say, you know what, there's something wrong here. This is a movie that I don't think you can have too much of. I don't think that watching it one time will do it justice. I think that this is something that you should see. You should give to every person in your life who is male or female. This is what you don't want to become, and this is what you don't want to end up there. This is not just a movie, it's a message. And it's really important that every person that is going to engage in a relationship of any sort get the message. Domestic violence is not just husband to wife, or it can be sister to sister, brother to brother. It can be any two people that are in a domestic relationship where one is taking a dominant control over the other person and beating them and hitting them and verbally abusing them. You know, Max did that in the movie. He was very verbally abusive to his wife, and that's another form, because mentally it tears a woman down from the inside out. Get the word out. Spread the message of domestic violence. Help us spread the message of domestic violence. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We appreciate you. This is my farewell. Bye.